Eagles Pep Band, and you're watching CITV.
Hello and welcome to another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. It's Friday, September 15th, 2017 for at Colonials Stadium at Plymouth Whitemarsh High School in Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania for Suburban One American football featuring the Upper Moreland Golden Bears of Willow Grove and the host Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials of Plymouth Meeting. The Golden Bears, coached by Adam Beach, are 3-0 on the season, all non-conference, while the Colonials, coached by eighth-year skipper Dan Chang, are 0-3. PW in the midst of a 5-game losing streak, while Upper Moreland's on a 3-game winning streak. The game is being played here in Plymouth Meeting due to field conditions in Willow Grove. So the Colonials are wearing red tops, blue bottoms, Upper Moreland wearing white. During PW's 5-game losing streak, the Colonials have been outscored 148-39. Meanwhile, on the Bears' 3-game win streak, Upper Moreland's outscoring opponents 127-41, had at least 30 points in all 3 games. Upper Moreland is trying to start 4-0 for the first time since a few seasons ago, and will kick off. Won the toss, and it will go out of play. The flags will fly onto the field. We have 4 12-minute quarters in regulation. PW will receive the ball and get it to begin. And under center will be Larry McLaughlin, sophomore quarterback. Last time these two teams faced each other was September 16, 2016 here in Plymouth Meeting. The Colonials won 21-14. That game was on CITV. Current Del Valle University player Joe Sturborough, who was the quarterback for PW, had 3 rushing touchdowns for the Colonials. Sterling Barr had a monstrous kickoff return touchdown to start the second half. It was 71 yards in that one for the Bears, and you may see him today. So PW in this quarter will go right to left on your screens. Upper Moreland defending the south goal. And there is a problem with the officials. Dan Chang is 41-6 in the Suburban One American play, 53-21 overall. The last time PW lost 5 in a row before this season was back during the last game in 2007, all of 2008, and the first 4 in 2009 when the Colonials lost 16 in a row. PW hasn't been defeated in a season since 2008 when it went 0-11. It was the second time in school history the Colonials failed to get a win in a season. Now 1st and 10. And it is complete by Kirk Bell. It'll be 2nd down. Brian Mallory on the tackle. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. 11:39 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland 0, PW 0. This is the second year of the new PIAA classifications. Upper Moreland's in 5A in football, PW 6A. And there may be a false start. Upper Moreland is currently 3rd in the District 1 5A rankings, while PW is 33rd. PW wants to make the playoffs, cannot lose any more games if he even wants to have a chance. And it is a false start on the Colonials. 5-yard penalty. Will be 2nd and 14. Ball will now be on the 26, if not the 31. Looks like the ball will be on the 31. Had to have an adjustment. 2nd and 14 at the 31. PW's 31. 11:10 to go in the first quarter. We'll hand it off to Dante Wilson. Wilson on the carry. About 5 yards short. It'll be third and about 5. From the 40-yard line, under 11 minutes to go in the first quarter, Upper Moreland 0, PW 0. Upper Moreland has been to the playoffs in each of the past 3 seasons, including a district championship appearance in 2015, but lost that one 26-14 against Academy Park. PW has been in 2 straight district tournaments, both on the road, and lost them both. And that is a good tackle by Jake Villanueva. It'll be 4th down for PW, and it looks like it'll be time to punt. It'll be Stephen Longo to punt. It's 4th and 10 at PW's 35. PW coming off of a 10-9 loss to Norristown back on September 8th of this year. No one predicted Norristown would win, and Longo kicks it out of play. If PW scores any touchdowns, Dan Chang may want to think about instead going for 2 instead of the extra point, because PW got a touchdown in the 4th quarter of that 10-9 loss to Norristown last Friday, and that kick was no good. It would have tied the game. It was under a minute to play. So 9:45 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland with the ball. It's the Golden Bears 0, PW 0. Upper Moreland is trying to score 30-plus points in 4 straight games for the first time since the first 4 games in 2014. Brandon Alexa, the quarterback. Had it. Leland Korkowski with the tackle. 2nd and 8 on Upper Moreland's 41. Upper Moreland going left to right, wearing white. 9:15 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland 0, PW 0. Brendan Alexa's under center. He enters this game with a 61.9 passing percentage. He has rushed for 55 yards entering this game. And there is a penalty. His favorite target is Caleb Mead, handing the ball off, who entered this game with 58 rushes, 546 yards. That's about 9.4 yards a carry for 5 touchdowns. Hey, that's another penalty on PW, the second in the first few minutes. 9:03 to go in the first quarter. It's Upper Moreland 0, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. Dating back to 2008, Upper Moreland is 31-28, we believe, in Suburban 1 American, 61-48 overall. It's a lot of Thanksgiving games and playoff games. Handing it off to Sterling Barr Jr., and watch him run. He may not come back. To the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdowns, Sterling Barr Jr. 6-0 Upper Moreland with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. Sterling Barr can do that. Long carries. He had a 71-yard return touchdown against PW a year ago at one for over 50 yards, it seems. For Sterling Barr, that's his 3rd touchdown of the season with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. Pennypacker will be kicking here. It'll be Stone Pennypacker, and the kick is symmetrically good. 8:41 to go in the first quarter. It's Upper Moreland 7, Plymouth Whitemarsh 0. Now PW has been outscored this season 94-15. And dating back to when the losing streak started, PW has now been outscored 155-39. So over 50 yards on the rushing touchdown by Sterling Barr Jr. It's at least the 2nd straight year he has scored at least 1 touchdown against the Colonials, and now the Upper Moreland band is into it. It's a fine night here in Plymouth, meeting September 15th, about 78 Fahrenheit. A bit humid for this time of year. Pinkstone, Pennypacker. He's going to kick it off. Well, here's the kick around the PW20, and it is dropped by Dante Wilson, but Wilson's going to run to the 35, to the 40, to the 45. He still has the ball. He's to the 50. He's going to be brought down at the Upper Moreland 45. A great carry over 40 yards, almost 40 yards, by Dante Wilson, who had PW's lone touchdown in a 35-7 loss at Ridley in the first round of the 2016 District 1 6A playoffs. And there is a player down. A.J. Clegg, PW's athletic trainer, is on the Upper Moreland sideline around the Upper Moreland 43. And this isn't good news. Cheerleaders here going on one knee. A lot of the players are as well for PW near center circle. It's a new turf field this school year at PW. Used to be a Colonial emblem. Now it's the letters PW in the center. .8:31 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland 7, PW 0. Upper Moreland scored on its first drive. PW could not convert on its first drive as there's a player down. Suburban One Sports is a Suburban One League's premier high school sports authority, providing athletes and fans the latest sports news, scores, and photos. Visit www.suburban1sports.com. And also, if you want to know how your team's doing in District 1, visit districtscores.com to find the records and rankings of teams in every sport. You don't need to wait until the middle of the season for preliminary rankings. And it is a good sign for Dante Wilson, who had fallen down, but he is going off on his own, maybe a bit winded. Dan Chang and company hoping he is okay. But that was a heck of a return for Dante Wilson. It was almost 40 yards, it appeared. The cheerleaders are letting everyone know who needs to win, and now the ball's handed off by McLaughlin. That's Mike Iannarelli on the carry, also a lacrosse standout. And it'll be first down for PW. 8:23 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland 7, PW 0. PW now at the Upper Moreland 34 going right to left on your screens. The 15 points by PW in the first 3 games of the season, well, it's the least since having 13 in the first 3 in 2008. But in the first 3 games in 2009, PW managed just 6 points. And on the carry, there's a loss of yardage. Upper Moreland covering it well. It's Mike Iannarelli with another carry. It'll be second down for the Colonials around the 36-yard line. It's a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. It's Brian Malley on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 13, actually. Ball on the 42. With 7:30 to go in quarter 1. It's Upper Moreland 7, PW 0. PW's last victory was October 21st, 2016. A 26-20 overtime victory against Cheltenham on homecoming. It was a rainy night here in Plymouth meeting. Now it's handed off to Kirk Bell. He'll get a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and long. PW needs to get to around the 24-yard line on Upper Moreland's territory. It's Jake Villanueva on the tackle. Under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Upper Moreland, thanks to a long touchdown run by Sterling Barr Jr., believed to be his 3rd rushing touchdown in the campaign. Upper Moreland's coming off of a 34-20 win at Upper Perkiomen. This is Upper Moreland's 3rd straight road game due to field conditions in Willow Grove, and it is handed off to Mike Iannarelli and he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. And it'll be fourth and about 11. Upper Moreland 38, and the punting unit is going to have to come out. Second straight drive for PW, which the Colonials will come up empty. Stephen Longo, also a member of the soccer and baseball teams, will punt it out again. Watch out for Sterling Barr Jr. again. And he'll punt it. And it will be a fair catch by Cole Kitchen on the Upper Moreland 15. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Upper Moreland, wearing white, will have the ball. PW Sports doing well as of the September 15th, aside from football being 0-3. Both PW Volleyball and Field Hockey are undefeated. Field Hockey 6-0. PW Volleyball 7-0. The volleyball team has won an amazing 31 straight regular season matches. Even the PW boys soccer team off to a good start. PW boys soccer currently ranked 11th in the District 1 4A boys soccer field. And here goes Sterling Barr Jr. again. No one ahead of him. And he's going to be taken down at around the PW 45-yard line. And here we go again with Sterling Barr Jr. If it was Barr. Bukowski on the tackle. 41 yards on the carry. It's 1st and 10 from the PW 47. And this is going to be a long night for Dan Chang's Colonials, trying to avoid losing 6 straight games for the first time since dropping 16 from the last game in 2007 to the first 4 in 2009. We'll hand it off to Caleb Mead. It was actually Caleb Mead on the carry, taken down by Mike Anarelli. Uniform 24, Caleb Mead, with about 60 rushes on the season. He already has 5 rushing touchdowns. That's about 550 yards already on the season rushing. Here Caleb Mead and then Alexa under center again. 2nd and 9 at the PW 46. That was a gain of 1. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. Upper Moreland going left to right, up 7-0. It'll be a complete catch for Ronnie Pirelli, who will just get the first down at about the PW 36. And I think the chains will move. 1st and 10 now. Getting closer to the red zone. Now at this, Upper Moreland has trailed only once this season, 7-6 in quarter 2 of its opening game of the season. Upper Moreland trailed 7-6 against William Tennant in the second quarter, but then led 20-7 at halftime in a 41-14 win over the Tennant Panthers on August 25th. I believe Upper Moreland scored the first 27 points in its second game of the season, a 42-7 win over host Phoenixville September 1st. And that was a handoff, a loss of yardage at around the 39-yard line. I think it was Barr Jr. with the carry. It'll be 2nd down at about 11. If not, it'll be a gain of nothing. It was a loss of 1. So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the PW 38. Upper Moreland already up 7-0 with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And PW has 4 consecutive games scoring fewer than 10 points. Alexa will throw in the slot to Cole Kitchen. And Kitchen will gain a handful of yards. A good reception. It'll be 3rd and manageable, about 3rd and 3. Michael Pacello in the tackle. 3rd and 4 at the PW 31 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Looks like we have a timeout. Timeout Upper Moreland. It's his first. Now Upper Moreland with a few yards to go for another first down. PW struggling this whole season to put up points on the board. Colonial Instructional Television airs on Channel 28 on both Comcast Cable and Verizon Fios in Plymouth Township, Whitemarsh Township, and Conshohocken Borough. For information regarding CITV programming, visit www.colonialsd.org/community/CITV. Thank you for watching so far. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss, 2011 Plymouth Whitemarsh alumnus. It's a tough season so far for PW, trying to avoid a 0-4 start. For the first time since 2009. PW finished that season 3-8. The first 4 games that season were losses 13-16 in that horrific losing streak. In fact, the team PW defeated to snap that skid had been Upper Moreland and Willow Grove. That was October 2nd, 2009. PW won 19-7. It was PW's first win since November 2nd, 2007, 28-7 homecoming win at home versus Cheltenham. Now Alexa handed it off to Caleb Mead. It'll be close to a first down. It is at the 26-yard line, and it will be good enough for a first down. So first down conversion for Caleb Mead of the Upper Moreland Golden Bears. PW will switch members on defense. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's been a long first quarter. Even though it's 7-0 Upper Moreland, the Bears looking to capitalize on more. Upper Moreland against PW hasn't defeated the Colonials in 2 years. Won 35-14 here on October 9th, 2015. Bar on the carry, couple yards. Tristan Johnson on the tackle. 2nd and 8 on the PW 27, with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. PW band now trying to cheer on the Colonials. Colonials right now hoping there's a holiday coming up because it hasn't been doing well the last 5 or 6 games. It's Caleb Mead on another carry. Ball's at about the 25-yard line, so 2-yard gain. Oh, it was actually not much of a gain. Well, it looks like it's on the 25, so it should be 3rd and 6. You get 5 yards, you may be thinking about going for a field goal. You may be in field goal range now for Pennypacker. High snap, answered off to Mead is Alexa, and that'll be at about the 24-yard line. Now it's decision time if you're Adam Beach in Upper Moreland. Adam Beach, the head coach. Do you go for it? Do you kick for free? Or do you give the ball back to PW? Alexa is not leaving the field. And it looks like it will be a 4th down opportunity. Wonder if Upper Moreland wants to draw PW offsides. PW's already been offsides a couple times in this first quarter. 42 seconds to go in quarter 1. Oh, it's a good run by Brendan Alexa. That's going to be a first down. He is at about the 12-yard line. It is a first down. The clock stops. It's 1st and 10 from PW's 13-yard line. Pacello on the tackle for PW. That was a great decision by Brendan Alexa, the quarterback. These type of decisions will help the team on offense and hurt the team on defense. But right now, the way Upper Moreland's playing, it looking to get its first 4-0 start for the first time in at least 3 seasons. And there's finally a penalty on Upper Moreland with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. There'll be a delay of game by Upper Moreland. That's Upper Moreland trying to start 4-0. For the first time since 2014. That's the last time Upper Moreland had 30 or more points in 4 straight games to begin a season. So 1st and 15, 5 seconds to go in the first quarter from a PW 18. After that 5-yard penalty. So looks like it'll be the last play of the first quarter. It's going to be a throwing play, and it will be out of reach. And Upper Moreland's Brett Brossman, and that will end the first quarter. After 12 grueling minutes in the first half, it's Upper Moreland 7, PW Colonials yet to score as we will approach another 12 minutes in this game. Well, today is September 15th, 2017. Well, on this day in 1990, Abby Brodkin married Lyle Weiss, so happy 27th anniversary, Mom and Dad. Wishing for many more. So 12 minutes are in the books, 7-0 Upper Moreland. Also, September 15th in years past had been historically the kindergarten cutoff. So right now, if the season were to end today, PW would miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014. But right now, PW would have 3 sports in district playoffs. The boys soccer team currently 11th in the 4A soccer rankings. Field hockey currently 2nd at 7-0. And the girls volleyball team currently 5th at 7-0. The girls field hockey team 6-0. In fact, Upper Marion is currently number 1 in volleyball because it just came off of a victory over the defending state champion Garnet Valley Jaguars. Garnet Valley's last volleyball loss before that was in the district quarterfinals against Council North. And now we begin the second quarter with Sterling Barr Jr. Now we'll switch sides in the field on the carry. And it will now be 3rd and long from about the PW 18. Upper Moreland and white now going right to left, PW and red going left to right in the second quarter. And then Alexa, the quarterback, does not have any interceptions this season as of yet. He is not known for throwing the ball again, entering the game about 62% passer. It'll be a timeout called by Brendan Alexa. It'll be the second timeout already for Upper Moreland. Upper Moreland with 1 left. PW has all 3. It's a beautiful night now. The sun has set. But for those who've experienced the recent wrath of hurricanes Harvey and Irma, we hope you're all doing better, as Irma has hurt the people of Florida and Harvey of Texas. Just horrible hearing the news of people dying in nursing homes and all over the places. And as our hearts and prayers go to all of those affected by the hurricanes. 11:14 to go in quarter 2. Upper Moreland with the ball, leading 7-0. In the first quarter, Sterling Barr Jr. with 8:41 to go, that is. Had a rushing touchdown that went for over 40 yards. And now that after the timeout, Brendan Alexa has his sights set on another touchdown. Alexa will fire to the end zone, and it is caught. Is he in play? It is just outside the boundaries. Cole Kitchen caught it, but was out of bounds. So it'll be 4th and 15 from the 18. That would have been Kitchen's first receiving touchdown of the season. Looks like Alexa's coming back to the field. They're going for it yet again. They're already 1 for 1 fourth down conversions. Alexa under center. And it will be Derlin Barr Jr. on the carry. He'll be stopped at the 15-yard line. It'll be a turnover on downs. Josh Hahn and Rashino are of the tackle. George Rashino. And PW will take over on downs. We first and 10 from the PW 14-yard line. Job well done for Dan Chang Colonials, because that sure looked like it was going to be 14-0 in a hurry. See what Larry McLaughlin can do under center. And there's another flag. It may go against Upper Moreland. Upper Moreland already with a penalty. Upper Moreland has an average of 6 penalties a game and is offsides. Be a 5-yard gain automatically. So first and 5 from the PW 14. And PW has just 15 points this season, all in Plymouth meeting. PW lost 47-6 in the first game of the season here in Plymouth meeting. That was on week 1. Week 2 lost 30-0 at Abington. Week 3 lost 10-9 at home versus former Suburban One American foe, now Pioneer Athletic Conference team, Norristown. Dante Wilson, his leg seems to be fine, and it's a first down for the Colonials. Kitchen on the tackle. Got the ball up to the PW 28. Job well done for Dante Wilson. One of the few key returnees from the 2016 Suburban One American co-champions. PW shared with Upper Dublin last season because PW lost its final conference game to Quakertown. That was the first game of this losing streak. Ends a 5-game losing streak. Mike Anarelli seems to get little to no gain in yardage. He'll be second and 9 at the PW 29. Ryan Carroll on the tackle. Be about second and 8 at the PW 30 with 10:15 to go in the first half. Now the Upper Moreland student section on the Upper Moreland sideline, expressing their opinions and pledging allegiance, letting everyone know who's boss. And that's an incomplete pass by McLaughlin. McLaughlin taking over this season for Joe Stolborough, now at Del Valle University. But Stolborough had his problems, had a few interceptions in that 35-7 playoff loss to Ridley last November 4th. In fact, had a pick 6. You just had a feeling that that was going to be one of those oh-no games when the brackets came out. Ridley has won over 70% of its games in school history. So 3rd and 8 from the PW 30. Upper Moreland faithful Channing defense. Dan Chang is going to use his first timeout. PW's first timeout with 9:59 to go in the first half. Colonials are down 7-0. So Plymouth Whitemarsh dating back to 2008, 44-15 in Suburban One American Tour records, 56-40 overall. PW has lost the first game of the season each of the last 2 years. Upper Moreland against PW dating back to 2008 has won just 2 meetings. Upper Moreland beat PW on September 26, 2008 here in Plymouth, meeting 20-7. The last time Upper Moreland defeated PW was October 9, 2015, 35-14. That was PW's first loss of the season. I think PW entered that game 5-0. PW got the last seed in the then District 1 4A playoffs, lost by a touchdown, the top seed at Downingtown East, speaking of Downingtown East. But that was in Downingtown. Downtown East plays at Downtown West Kottmeyer Stadium. So 3rd and 8. PW at the PW 30 out of the timeout. Under 10 minutes to play in the first half. McLaughlin. He'll try to stay and play. It'll be a first down and more for Larry McLaughlin. He had no one to throw to, so he decided to take matters into his own hands, and it paid off. 3rd down conversion, and now the PW Hooligans, which isn't as huge as usual, finally get into it. But the Upper Moreland faithful are still louder. The Golden Bear faithful still louder. 9:50 to go in quarter 2. Upper Moreland 7. PW with the ball in red and blue. 0. PW going left to right. And that looks like it's going to be either offsides or false start. Another penalty, probably against the Colonials. False start. Already got a few false starts and offsides. Upper Moreland can make teams get penalized about 6 to 10 times a game. When the Colonials had discussed with an official and got the explanation. So 1st and 15 at the PW 40 for the Colonials. 9:49 to go in the second quarter. Down 7. Dante Wilson gets the ball. So he'll get a few yards. He'll be dragged to around the 47-yard line. Sterling Bowe Jr. now on defense takes him down. It's about a 7-yard gain. It's about 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line. You see the ball is placed near the new PW logo. This field underwent a facelift during the summer of 2017. In fact, PW's Gym West no longer exists here. That's why girls volleyball plays at CES Gym. A lot of changes here in the Colonial School District. Hold on, what do we have here? We're going to get an explanation. Dan Chiang is fuming right now, or not pleased with what's going on. Perhaps a Colonial fell on the play. Either that or it's a dead ball. We will rerun the play. Faithful here, not pleased with what's going on. That's one of those I don't know what happened moments. 2nd and 8 will replay the second down from the PW 47. 8:59 to go. In the first half, 7-0 the visitors lead. Upper Moreland. Yep, Moreland Golden Bear faithful still loud. Upper Moreland wearing road whites, PW wearing red and light. PW originally supposed to be the road team in this one, but Willow Grove has poor field conditions. That's where Upper Moreland is located. Barr with the coverage. It'll be 3rd down and 8, no gain from the PW 47. Upper Moreland's principal is Joe Caracappa. Mr. Caracappa used to be a teacher at Colonial Elementary School and an assistant principal at PW before going to Upper Moreland. So this game has some significance for him. So 8:19 to go in the first half. PW down 7-0. PW with the ball, 3rd and 7. It's good enough for a first down though. Kirk Bell with the carry. Got the ball to about the 43-yard line in Upper Moreland territory, near the edge of the W emblem at midfield. 1st and 10 at the 43. By the way, Upper Moreland this season has now scored in all but 2 quarters this year. There'll be a second down. Carry by Bell. To about the 38-yard line in Upper Moreland territory. 2nd and 5 at the Upper Moreland 38. with 7:27 to go in the first half. Upper Moreland leads 7-0, thanks to Sterling Barr Jr.'s long rushing touchdown, with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. Dante Wilson on the carry. Upper Moreland faithful still loud. Brought a great fan base here. Now the PW cheerleaders trying to encourage its faithful by making sure Upper Moreland doesn't get any louder, get loud anymore. You don't want to get a lot louder here. 6:40 to go in the first half. Upper Moreland up 7-0. PW with the ball. And it looks like it'll be good enough for a first down. It's around the 32-yard line. Larry McLaughlin, Uniform 1, gets his cheat sheet back from the official. Good sportsmanship there. And now PW very close to the red zone. PW is not favored to win this one, folks. PW was supposed to steamroll over the Norristown Eagles on September 8th, but lost 10-9 here in Plymouth meeting. Upper Moreland has now played 3 consecutive games on the road if you include this one. And there is a carry. Dante Wilson gets a couple of yards. It'll be second down for the Colonials at the Upper Moreland 27. 6 minutes to go in quarter 2 and a half. Upper Moreland 7, PW 0. A good crowd here now at Colonial Stadium Plymouth meeting, September 15th, 2017. McLaughlin will hand it off. It's Wilson, and he looks like he is close to a first down. Think he has it. Well, let's see if it's enough. It'll be short. It'll be third and maybe a couple of inches. Third and short. Third and 1 at the Upper Moreland 23. With 5 minutes 5 to go in this first half. McLaughlin will hand it off. No, he will. Yeah, he will hand it off. It looked like he was going to keep it. And that will be good enough for the first down. Dante Wilson on the carry. First down. PW does not have a lot of touchdowns this season. 1 or 2. PW doesn't want to get shut out for the second time in 4 games. But the first game of the season, PW lost 47-6 to a Downingtown East team that looks to put up 40 to 50 points a game. Iannarelli's going to be pushed way back. Villanueva with a my goodness play. The ball will be placed at the 29. It's only a loss of 4. There was after the play that Michael Ower type play. If you remember the blindside Michael Ower in the one scene taking the opposing player to the buses. It looked like Villanueva wanted to do just that. McLaughlin will pitch it back to Iannarelli. Iannarelli gets out at around the 18 or 17 yard line. Billy McKenna with the tackle for Upper Moreland and the Road Whites. PW's at the Upper Moreland 18. It'll be 3rd and 7. Actually, PW is at the 22. Upper Moreland is set up at the Upper Moreland 18. Stephen Longo had been practicing on the sidelines with his kicking. Now here's Wilson. Wilson will move ahead. He'll get to about the 14-yard line. He'll be 4th and 4. Now, this is interesting if you're Dan Cheng, as PW missed a game-tying extra point against Norristown in the final minute of that 10-9 loss on September 8th. Mary McLaughlin is going back there. PW just needs 4 yards to get a 1st and goal. And Upper Moreland, I think, is going to be penalized with the either offsides or a false start. And Upper Moreland has given PW 1st and goal. Well, sometimes you just need the right time, and patience pays off for PW, but impatience cost Upper Moreland a chance at stopping the Colonials. So 1st and goal at the 9. PW looking to get on the board. Now we'll hand it off to Mike Iannarelli. Iannarelli will be going to the end zone. Touchdown, PW! Mike Iannarelli stiffed back a few tacklers and got in the end zone. 9-yard touchdown for Mike Iannarelli. 7-6 Upper Moreland. That's 6 points for the Colonials. Mike Iannarelli. Now Stephen Longo will kick the extra point. Boy, the tide has turned. It looked like Upper Moreland had all momentum in this first half, and PW has taken advantage of miscues and penalties, or missed tackles, that is. We're going to see if Stephen Longo's actually going to go for it. There's 12 on the play clock. There is a 25-second play clock, or 40-second play clock, as you wish. Now it's down to 4. Just in time, and the kick will be symmetrically good, and the game is knotted up at 7 apiece, with 2:43 to go in the half. Now all of a sudden, PW may not be down and out. That was a very long drive. Mike Iannarelli scored on a 9-yard rush on a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. That was Upper Moreland's 9. Iannarelli did a good job stiffing and fending off a few Upper Moreland defenders to run into the end zone. That is either PW's second or third touchdown, of the season. And it's now Upper Moreland 7, PW 7, with 2:43 to go in the first half. It's the first time this season PW has put up 7 points in the first half. Now the Colonial cheerleaders have something to cheer about. Whenever PW scores, Rock and Roll Part 2 is played by the PW Band. And that's what you're hearing now. Oh yeah, cheerleaders are hoping they could dance to a lot more of Rock and Roll Part 2. The Upper Moreland Band has already left the bleachers. Not because it's upset about what happened, but because I believe Upper Moreland's going to have a halftime presentation for the crowd. 2:43 to go in the first half. 7-7, PW will kick off, and it is a fair catch for Cole Kitchen. Maybe. Not sure if it was Kitchen. It was a Golden Bear. We're sorry if we get any names or stats wrong. There are a lot of players on each team's rosters. And speaking of clearing the record, during our last CITV sports broadcast, back on September 11, 2017, a 5-0 PW field hockey win over Springfield Monco, I thought Ava Borkowski scored her 2nd and 3rd goals of this season. Those were actually her 3rd and 4th goals of this season, and she may have scored more since. Upper Moreland, with Alexa giving to Barr. The Barr is stopped at around the Upper Moreland 25, now going right to left and Some of the PW players waving their arms trying to encourage the PW faithful. PW hooligans about 4 or 5 rows deep near where the CITV truck is parked on the PW sidelines. PW Athletic Trader AJ Clegg is making sure some of the players are well hydrated. Again, PW has a new athletic director, Ralph Bretz, and a new Colonial School District Superintendent, Dr. Michael Christian. And there's another stop. Looks like no gain. Be 3rd and 13 from about the 26. That is Byron the carry. Jake Welsh, uniform 77, gets a high five and runs to the sideline. He's on PW's defense. A minute and 30 to go in the first half. Upper Moreland 7, PW 7. Upper Moreland with the ball. Needs 11 yards to get the first down at the Upper Moreland 27. Alexa will hand it off the bar. And he'll be stopped. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be timeout. It's Bell in the tackle. Timeout PW, each team with 1 timeout remaining in the first half. So we'll recap the scoring to our knowledge. 8:41 to go in quarter 1. Sterling Barr Jr. had a rushing touchdown that was over 40 yards. In fact, more than 40 yards. I think it was over 50 yards. And with 2:43 to go in quarter 2, Mike Anarelli on 1st and goal from the 9 fended off a few Upper Moreland tacklers to the end zone. PW has 2 touchdowns in the last 3 quarters. Upper Moreland trying to not get shut out in the corner for the 3rd time this season. It would be the 3rd straight game Upper Moreland failed to put a point in at least 1 quarter. In all 4 quarters, that is. Minute 10 to go in the half. It's Upper Moreland 7, PW 7. It's a low grab. Around the 42-yard line is Wilson. Wilson on the carry will be stopped at the PW 44. That is great yardage for PW for a minute and 2 to go in the half. Boy, the way PW has been the last few minutes, you may not want to go to a commercial break, but unfortunately halftime is coming up in a minute 2. So PW will have to make the most of what time is remaining in the first half. Each of these teams this season will get 6 conference games to my knowledge because Springfield Montgomery County is an independent this year. Last year Springfield forfeited the remainder of its schedule, only played 1 or 2 games. Springfield recently got its first win in 685 days. So PW, I believe, has a bye week coming up. McLaughlin with the arm, and that's at the Upper Moreland 20. That was incomplete. Iannarelli had been the intended target. Now the PW cheerleaders are going to make up some formations. Looks like some of the cheerleaders are going to be held up by teammates. And as of the cheerleaders, the Upper Moreland faithful getting loud. On the Upper Moreland side of the bleachers. 56 seconds to go in the first half. It's 7-7. Upper Moreland in white, PW red and dark bottoms. PW gets to the 50-yard line. It's Wilson. Clock will run. PW has a timeout left. McKenna on the tackle. 40 seconds to go. 20 on the play clock. 7-7. 3rd and 3 at the 50. And the ball is jarred loose. No, brought down by contact. Nice coverage by Ronnie Pirelli. McLaughlin is taken to Sackville by Ronnie Pirelli. The ball came out on the sack. Some people thinking it could have been a horse collar in the play. 4 for 3 from the 50. Longo is out. We'll see if it's going to be a fake. Upper Moreland band in the background, getting ready to make a performance on the track. And it won't be a fake. Longo with the kick, with the punt. It's going to bounce. It is kicked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line in PW territory, in Upper Moreland territory, that is, with 22.2 seconds to go in the first half. So 45-yard kick by Stephen Longo. Longo is looking forward to hopefully playing in a new PW baseball field, which is currently under construction. Dugouts have been in the process of being placed. And the new PW main gym, where Gym West used to be, is in the process of being built. Very exciting times in terms of construction in the Colonial School District. Visit colonialsd.org for all your news and information regarding those updates. And watch him go. Is that Sterling Barr Jr.? Dante Wilson looks like he's going after him. We'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sterling Barr Jr. A 95-yard rushing touchdown with 9 seconds to go. Barr Jr., a 95-yard rushing TD. Are you kidding? Man, last year he had a 71-yard kickoff return touchdown. He's had an over 50-yard rushing touchdown this one, and now a 95-yard, maybe 97-yard, 95-yard touchdown. It looks like he went for more. Now it's Pennypacker. I believe the name is Stone Pennypacker. Pardon if it's incorrect. And Pennypacker will get the snap. It is up and symmetrically good. It is now 14-7 Upper Moreland. Just when you thought it was going to be 7-7 at the half, here comes Sterling Barr Jr., his second touchdown of the game. It is believed to be his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. You sure he doesn't have more? With the way he's been performing, it's no surprise that Upper Moreland is 3-0 and number 3 currently in the District 1 5A rankings. So PW has 9 seconds left in the first half. See if PW is going to get a play or two off. But there haven't been any turnovers other than turnovers on 4th down. Now the Upper Moreland faithful applauding in celebration after the Sterling Barr Jr. 95-yard score. Makes you wonder if he has over 200 yards already in the game. He's got over 150. Pennypacker will kick it off. Dante Wilson and Mike Iannarelli are at around the PW 15-yard line, waiting to kick. Iannarelli's at the top of the screen at the bottom of the hash. There's Wilson. Looks like a pooch kick. Iannarelli has it. Iannarelli will be stopped at the 40-yard line. Clock will stop. Iannarelli and the carry will take it about 20 yards or so. The ball's at about the 40-yard line. First and 10 at the 40. We'll see if McLaughlin's going to throw or if PW's going to take a knee. Now here's Wilson. Wilson will be stopped at the 46-yard line, and that is it, folks. 24 minutes in the book. Boy, it's been a very entertaining first half. After 24 minutes, it's Upper Moreland 14, PW 7. Upper Moreland got off to a 6-0 and 7-0 lead thanks to a 50-plus yard rushing touchdown by Sterling Barr Jr. with 8:41 to go in the first quarter. Mike Iannarelli tied it up with Stephen Longo's extra point and 2:43 to go in quarter 2. A 9-yard rushing touchdown by Iannarelli. But with 9 seconds to go in quarter two, Sterling Barr Jr. a 95-yard rushing touchdown, and the Pennypacker extra point was good. So we're going into halftime with PW down 14-7. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. More Suburban One American football is coming up on CITV. Welcome back to Suburban One American Football on CITV. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We're about to enter half two of this showdown between the Upper Moreland Golden Bears and the host Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials. After 24 minutes, Upper Moreland leads PW 14-7. Sterling Barr leads the night for the Bears with over 150 yards rushing. He has 2 touchdowns of greater than, we believe, 50 yards, including a 95-yard rushing touchdown toward the end of the first half, 9 seconds rating in the first half. He also had a touchdown, 8:41 to go in quarter one. Mike Anarelli, with 2 minutes 43 to go in quarter two, had a 9-yard rushing touchdown on first and goal for the Colonials. PW this season has a total of 22 points. Opponents have now scored 101 off the Colonials. So PW's been outscored this season 101-22. PW is going to kick off to begin the second half once the Colonials come back. And again, in case you don't know, Colonial Instructional Television once again airs on Channel 28, both Comcast Cable and Verizon Fios in Plymouth Township, Whitemarsh Township, and Conshohocken Borough. For information regarding CITV programming, including online videos, visit www.colonialsd.org/community/CITV. What we mean by online videos include concerts, sporting events, meetings, and other Colonial School District related content that had been previously filmed. The next edition of CITV Sports is not going to be until the week of September 25th. I think it's September 26th. Soccer, I think it's boys soccer, and maybe against Cheltenham. For those of you who are PW soccer fans, you may remember back in 2009, PW had a shot at making district playoffs for just the second time ever. Had a game against Cheltenham under the lights, but lost 1-0 on a lot of calls that should have gone PW's way. And unfortunately, PW did not make the soccer playoffs that season. But PW, 3 of the last 4 years in the soccer playoffs, hoping to make it 4 or 5. A good start, currently 11th in District 1. Upper Moreland returns to the field. And again, Upper Moreland, Brendan Alexa, the quarterback, has still not thrown an interception this season. With the touchdown by Barr Jr. in the second quarter, Upper Moreland has now scored in 12 of 14 quarters this season. Upper Moreland failed to score in the fourth quarter on September 1st in the 42-7 win in Phoenixville, and in the third quarter of a 34-20 win at Upper Perkiomen. PW is returning to the field. In years past, PW used to wear all red or even blue tops. Back during the 16-game losing streak during the last game of 2007, all of 2008, and the first 4 of 2009. Some of the games, PW wore blue jerseys, and the times have changed. Dan Cheng was not the head coach back during that 16-game skid. It was John Stoudemire, who does a great job for our wrestling broadcasts and still teaches at PW. His son, John Michael Stoudemire, was a 2011 state champion in wrestling. His son Justin, also a state finalist in wrestling. Justin Stoudemire ended up going to Brown. John Michael Stoudemire, North Carolina, Chapel Hill. So PW about to do more warm-ups. So again, we'll recap how PW sports are doing this season. Field hockey as of September 15th, 6-0, have now won an outstanding, I believe, either 29 or 30 conference games in a row. To win 30 straight conference games is an amazing achievement, and PW looks to continue it throughout the season. Right now, the field hockey team is currently ranked second in District 1 3A. Girls volleyball currently ranked 5th in District 1 4A volleyball rankings. Upper Marion's currently 1st. But there's still a lot of time for PW to make up ground last season's number 2 seed and the defending District 1 runner-up. Field hockey and volleyball are fine. Girls soccer currently outside looking in around 25th to 28th in the District 1 3A rankings, but still plenty of time. The boys soccer team 11th in the District 1 4A rankings. A good start for Jeff Heaton in his second season. Right now, Upper Moreland goes in the huddle. Upper Moreland, I believe, will receive because it won the coin toss and deferred to begin the game. PW will kick off. And the object for PW is to not just let Upper Moreland fail to score, but not let Upper Moreland score at all in terms of Sterling Barr getting to the end zone. When Sterling Barr rushes over 50 yards, it's probably to the house. PW has won 7 of the last 9 meetings versus Upper Moreland. Upper Moreland won the 2008 and 2015 meetings. In 2014, that was the last time PW missed the playoffs. The Colonials won 33-20 at Willow Grove. That was the last time Upper Moreland hosted a PW Golden Bear matchup. Upper Moreland's last time failing to make a postseason was 2013 when it was 5-7 overall, 2-5 in Suburban 1 American. It was 6 out of 8 in terms of placing. PW in 2013 made the playoffs, got a first round road game at Central Bucks West, and gave up over 50 points to the Bucks. I think it was a year later that Central Bucks West had its season come to an end early due to a hazing issue. So 12 more minutes are on the clock as we're going to start quarter 3. The Upper Moreland faithful getting loud and clear. PW's hooligans aren't really that loud right now. So right now PW in kicking motion will be Stephen Longo to kick. Right now he's at the 39. He'll be at around the 40. And he'll put the tee. And the coaches, Adam Beach for Upper Moreland, Dan Chang in his 8th year. For the Colonials, Dan Chang has made the playoffs in 5 of 7 years. He missed it in his first season when 2010 the Colonials were 6-5 and missed it in 2014 despite PW being 7-3. The kickoff is returned to around the Upper Moreland 40. It may have been tight of screen on the carry. 1st and 10 at the Upper Moreland 40. Upper Moreland in white going right to left. PW going left to right on your screens. PW needs to defend the south goal well. And if you're Dan Chang, do not let Sterling Barr Jr. get the ball. Look what he's doing. Here comes another one. Sterling Barr is going to take his first touchdown of the day to the house. Sterling Barr with a 62-yard touchdown with 11:45 to go in quarter 3. There's a flag on the field. We'll see if it's going to stay. The touchdown is good. There's a sideline warning against the Colonials. The Barr Jr. touchdown is good. He has 18 of the 20 points now at Pennypacker. He's going to try to make it 21-7 in favor of Upper Moreland. We just said it. Do not let Sterling Barr have the ball. Now we believe he has way over 200 yards rushing and counting, and it's the third quarter. That kick is way short. No good. It was blocked. 11:45 to go in the third quarter. Upper Moreland 20, PW 7. That could be big because when PW lost 10-9 to Norristown, PW had a game-tying extra point fail in the final minute. That was back on September 8th. So Penny Packers foot blunder. Not costly now, but could be costly later. PW will get its first touch in the second half. So PW has given up 21, or 20 now. That's 107, and have only scored 7. So PW's been outscored this season, 107 to 22. PW entered this game having been outscored 148 to 39 in the last 5. PW is on a 5-game losing streak. Upper Moreland on a 3. With 10 more points by Upper Moreland would have scored 30 or more points in 4 straight games for the first time since 2014. The last time Upper Moreland won its first 4 games of the season, we believe. And that's going to be a short kick, an onside kick. Upper Moreland trying to be aggressive, did not go 10 yards, and has given PW good field position. Hannah Beach must be furious, must be infuriated on the sidelines for Upper Moreland. 11:43 to go in the third quarter. Upper Moreland 20, PW in red and dark pants 7 with the ball going left to right at the 50-yard line. That is a great area of fielding possession. McLaughlin handled it out. It is not Wilson on the carry. It is actually, I think that may have been Kirk Bell. Wilson was toward the hash mark near PW's bench. Looks like it's a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7 at the Upper Moreland 47. PW looking to get 10 points for the first time since losing in the final regular season game last season at Quakertown. It's Larry McLaughlin with the carry. And it's good enough for a first down at around the Upper Moreland 35. So first and 10 at around the 35 for PW, needing 35 yards for 6 points. And if PW scores, it makes you wonder whether or not Dan Chang would be greedy enough to even think about going for 2 instead of 1, despite being down 13. You never know when that could come in handy. So 10:45 to go in quarter 3. Upper Moreland in white 20. Plymouth Whitemarsh in red and dark pants 7. It's like Rashino. George Rashino's on the carry. Makes a little bit of progress. A lot of booing on the sidelines and screaming by fans. PW band not in its usual position on the bleachers right now. So it's 2nd and 8 at the Upper Moreland 33. Upper Moreland has 20 points, 18 of them via rushing touchdowns by Sterling Barr, which probably measured close to 200 yards. Even more. Dante Wilson on the carry. It'll be 4-3 and a couple. Billy McKenna with the tackle for Upper Moreland. PW player having its shoe tied. Don't want to trip over your own feet right now in a game of this magnitude. PW 0-3 in the season, Upper Moreland 3-0. PW with really 6 conference games has to win them all for even a shot at playoffs. And the carry is made. It's Bell, and I think he's going to come up empty. He's going to be short. There is a tackle by Cole Kitchen. So it's 4-3 at the 28 in Upper Moreland territory. 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Upper Moreland 20, PW 7. Upper Moreland had a 62-yard touchdown to begin this quarter. 15 seconds in by Sterling Barr Jr., his third rushing touchdown in the game, but Penny Packer, the kicker, his kick was short, did not get any carry. McLaughlin will head it off, and he will be short. It's Dante Wilson, and Wilson comes up short, and that is going to be a turnover on downs, and PW lost a prime opportunity to get within a possession. So turnover and downs gives the ball to Upper Moreland in its own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Golden Bears of Willow Grove, Pennsylvania. Suburban One Sports is the Suburban One League's premier high school sports authority, providing athletes and fans the latest sports news, scores, and photos. Visit www.suburban1sports.com. Alexa handed the ball off. Iannarelli on the tackle. I think that was a rush by Caleb Mead. It's a surprise that Caleb Mead came into the game with 546 yards and Barr had only 211. It makes you wonder if those stats were flip-flopped. But Sterling Barr Jr. loves playing against the Colonials, especially rushing for more than 50 yards at a time. 7:50 to go in the third quarter. Alexa will run out to the sidelines, and I think that's good enough for a first down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see if the play will be taken back. It was 2nd and 3 at the 37 of Upper Moreland territory. 7:45 to go in the third quarter. PW is down 20-7. It's offense. It'll be an offensive holding against the Golden Bears. We played a second down. It will be 2nd and 13 and 10-yard penalty. The ball is now at around the 27-yard in Upper Moreland territory. Alexa will hand it off to Mead. For carry, the 5'10 junior, weighs around 170. Matt Mitchell, uniform 69, comes off. David Garcia, I believe, uniform 55, comes back on. In red, white, and blue. 7:18 to go in the third quarter, 20-7 in favor of the visiting Golden Bears. Again, Upper Moreland's playing at Plymouth Meeting due to unplayable field conditions in Willow Grove. And there's a stop there. Mead on the carry. Mead has been given the ball the last few plays. It'll be 4th down and a yard or two. Alexis back on the field. If it is a failed conversion, they'll give the ball to PW in Upper Moreland territory. PW has not made the most of its chances today, except for the Iannarelli rushing touchdown. And that was because of a penalty against Upper Moreland. And that's going to be close. And yes, that's going to be good enough for a first down. Had to wait a moment till everyone got out of the way, but Upper Moreland comes up clutch. Upper Moreland probably giving its head coach Adam Beach some heart attacks with every conversion like that. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Upper Moreland 41, going right to left on your screens, heading to the south goal. Hands it off to Barr. And Barr doesn't get a lot of yardage. The way this game has been playing out, you're not going to see that often. It's a tackle by Pacello for PW. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the Upper Moreland 43. Alexa will hand it off. There is a flag thrown. Meet on the carry. We'll see where this is going to. There is 5:33 to go in quarter 3. Upper Moreland 20, PW 7. It's going to go against Upper Moreland. The Bears keep making these mistakes. PW may actually capitalize for once. With David Garcia on the tackle, Upper Moreland's in deep trouble now. Huddling off near its own 30. Has the ball at around the 38. 2nd and 13 from the 38. It's a motion penalty, it looks like. Now Alexa will fire. And it is nearly picked off. That would have been the first interception thrown by Alexa this season. Josh Hahn nearly whiffed the pick. Now it's 3rd and 13. Now you know why there are more running plays than throws by Alexa. 3rd and 13 from the Upper Moreland 38. Upper Moreland with 5:12 to go in the 3rd quarter is up 20-7. All 3 touchdowns by Upper Moreland have been, I think, more than 50 or 60 yards by Sterling Barr Jr. He has at least 4 rushing touchdowns against PW in the last few years. And look who's being taken to Sackville. Johnson takes Alexa to Sackville. Now it's 4th and 20 at the Upper Moreland 31, and PW is going to get the ball back, barring some weird play. 4th and 20 from the Upper Moreland 31. Dante Wilson stepping back around the PW 39, 40-yard line. Justin Johnson, who's really a tackle at defensive end, is doing the punting. It's a booming kick. It's a good one. It's going to go around the 20-yard line. Wow, it's really good. Get one about 50 to 60 yards almost. For someone who does not usually take punts, it's a really good one by Justin Johnson. So 4:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. Upper Moreland 20, Plymouth Whitemarsh 7. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. Thank you for joining us. Also like to thank the students of Plymouth Whitemarsh Media Production Club who've come out and helped us out to do this one. Also like to thank Tom Peeler, Kim Newell, Dr. Michael Christian, Ralph Bretz, and all the Colonial School District for their assistance. Now here's Mike Anarelli. Anarelli formed for a good block, could have gotten a few extra yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the PW 29. It'll be 2nd and 1 actually. Oh, actually 2nd and 2, yeah. 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line for PW. PW, and with just 22 points this season, comes into this one scoring under 10 in 4 straight. And that one is going to be a 1st down for the Colonials. Kirk Bell with the short carry. It's 1st and 10. Ball is at the 33-yard line in PW territory. PW is going left to right. I think going to the north end. We got a timeout on the field. I think Dan Chang has called a timeout. It's an injury timeout. Hopefully everyone's all right. There is a player down at around the PW 35-yard line wearing white. I'm not sure if the fans are even paying attention to that. Well, now the cheerleaders are, and the PW players are. The Upper Moreland players who are on the sidelines, most of them are standing up. Some are now kneeling down. I wonder if A.J. Clegg's going to come out anytime. for PW. She's PW's athletic trainer. Probably being used more times than we want to see her in this game. And we have 3:23 to go in quarter 3. PW at one point during Dan Chang's tenure had won 25 consecutive Suburban 1 American games. In fact, that 25th consecutive win in the league was on October 2nd, 2014. PW won 33-20 in Willow Grove. The next game, that 25-game conference win streak was snapped with a 34-28 loss at Upper Dublin. And believe it or not, that basically ended PW's chances of going to the playoffs despite finishing 6-1 in the conference, 7-3 overall, but had 2 losses early on in the season. You basically got to win every game to make the playoffs. And the player is still down and around the 35-yard line. And if you're joining us, Sterling Barr Jr. has scored 1 rushing touchdown in each of the 3 quarters. He has 3 rushing touchdowns of over 50 yards, including a 95-yarder toward the end of the second quarter. And the Upper Moreland player is fine. I believe that is Broderick, uniform 55. He is getting up on his own. Hope he worked on. But that one's out of hurt. Upper Moreland fans chanting some more. PW cheerleaders now doing motions and claps. Now here's Murray McLaughlin. He'll air it out to Wilson. Sterling Barr Jr. on the coverage. That was around the Upper Moreland 30, and it was clean contact. Good play by Barr. 2nd and 10 from the PW 33 with 3:17 to go in the third quarter. McLaughlin showing he has an arm. But to take over for Joe Storpro, that's some heavy shoes to fill. No, 2nd and 10 at the PW 33 going left to right on your screens. Going south to north. And that is a pitch to the side of Wilson. Wilson lost a yard. So it should be 3rd and 11 from the PW 32. So it's 3rd and 11 from the PW 33 with 2:57 to go in the third quarter. Now unless PW can get something going, loss number 6 in a row and loss number 4 will come in the season. Keep in mind, Dan Chang has not lost more than 5 games a season. 5 is the most he's lost with PW. That was his first season in 2010 at 6-5. Before Chang came to PW, PW had been 14-30 in the previous 4 seasons. McLaughlin will throw. It is caught by Iannarelli. He catches it to around the 40, down to the 35, and Mike Iannarelli makes something out of nothing. But there is a flag on the play. And boy, the faithful here sensing it's against the Colonials. Oh boy, it is against PW. I think the PW hooligans are making those loud boos. And it's holding against PW. So when we play the 3rd down, it'll be 3rd and 21 from the PW 22, taking away a play that went nearly 40 yards. And hold on, it's PW going back even further. Another penalty on PW, and now the ball is at the PW 17, and the penalty taken from the infraction. 3rd and 25 now from the PW 17. Now with a bad snap, Upper Moreland could get some points probably, and there's McLaughlin. And nothing to do but run. He is brought up at the PW 20, and that is an empty possession for PW. Penalties can kill you. Or actually hurt you, and it hurts PW. Don't worry. You don't get hurt physically, just mentally. So Steven Longo now will kick from about the PW5 with a minute 27 to go in the third quarter. It's a good kick, a good snap, and now the kick. It'll be fair catch, and it will be in PW territory. Jake Welsh will stop it at the PW 47. So now Upper Moreland gets a gift, and instead of having to go in from its own territory, goes a little past midfield at the PW 47. There's a cheerleader doing a bunch of somersault, or actually backflips. Now doing it a little near the CITV truck. Wow, that's a lot of backflips from that cheerleader. PW has a great cheerleading squad. Won a big tournament during the 2016-17 school year. I think in New Jersey. Now Brendan Alexa has the ball. He slips. I don't think that was intentional. But he lost his footing. Looked like he had a good opening for a first down. Anna Beach is going to come out and talk to him, saying, settle down, kid. 2nd and 7 from the PW 44 with 47 seconds. There's 18 in the play clock. About 1 or 2 more plays in this third quarter before we go to the final 12 minutes. And boy, those are going to be long 12 minutes if you include timeouts, stoppages, and a lot of other things. Alexa will throw. It is out of the hands of Cole Kitchen. Close to the PW 40. Mike Iannarelli on the coverage, who has PW's lone touchdown of the game. In high school football, a lot of players play both offense and defense. Stephen Longo is on the sidelines practicing kicks. Well, he may need to go on the field on the next play. But it's 3rd and 7 at the 44. 12 on the shot and the play clock, that is. Alexa will hand it off. Oh boy, look who it is! It is Sterling Barr, and he did it again. 4th rushing touchdown of the game for Sterling Barr Jr. This man is a machine against PW. That's with 18 seconds to go and Q3. And apparently the Upper Moreland band also plays on Wisconsin when a touchdown is scored. Penny Packer at the extra point. Sterling Barr has now scored 24 points. The kick is up and it is wide. The last 2 extra points have been no good. So it's really Sterling Barr 24, Upper Moreland has 26 though. And PW has 7. And for the second time this season, Upper Moreland has scored in all 4 quarters. Upper Moreland has now scored in 7 of the last 8. How about 10 of the last 12? And 14 of 16 this season. Oh yeah, the Upper Moreland Golden Bear Band can play the Saints go marching in because Sterling Barr keeps marching into the end zone. The headline this one is Barr and Disaster. Because it's Sterling Barr and he is putting Upper Moreland ahead for good. Unless there is a disaster. Sorry for that pun. But Sterling Barr has been the player of the game. We lost track of how many yards he has. A lot of players, for what he's done today, are lucky to even get that much yardage and touchdowns in this season. And that is just a low kick taken by Anarelli. Now he's at the PW 30. Stopped it around the PW 33. Also falling not too far away from Moreland was uniform mate John Richter. And White. 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. PW's down 26-7. PW is down by 19. That is still a free possession game. There's 16 on the play clock. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Possibly. So 26-7 Upper Moreland. PW with the ball. 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Going left to right. McLaughlin has it. He overthrows it. Lucky that it was too far for Caleb Mead on defense. McLaughlin will now go to the sideline and talk to Coach Dan Chang. We'll run the next play. PW again in danger of going 0-4 for the first time since 2009. PW with a loss will lose its 6th straight. Will be the longest since dropping epic 16-game skid from 2007 to 2009. It was all 2008, the last game in 2007, and the first 4 in 2009. McLaughlin is at the 30-yard line. We're going to live on the tackle, and folks, that is the end of the third quarter. 36 grueling minutes in the books. And after 3 quarters, it's Upper Moreland 26, PW 7, so 26-7. PW has not scored since the second quarter. And the game was tied 7-7 for about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. The Upper Moreland faithful get to sing too, "Hey Baby" by DJ Odyssey. But of course you would be giddy if your star running back has 4 touchdowns and maybe close to 300 yards or even more on the ground. Boy, the gridiron has not been kind to PW lately. 5-game losing streak. In fact, PW has not played well, if you include this one, in now 7 straight games, if you include this one. It all started in PW's last victory, the 26-20 overtime win against Cheltenham, October 21st, 2016. As PW was expected to run over the Panthers. It was a rainy night, but PW had a tough task of dealing with those conditions. Now Upper Moreland with 4 more points would get 30 or more for the 4th game in a row, which would be the first time since 2014. And that is to our knowledge. And now we'll air it out, and that one was intended for a Colonial, and it looks like there could have been a flag. The pass was incomplete by McLaughlin. I believe an Upper Moreland player was screaming at the ref for an offensive holding. That's 4th and 14 at the PW 31 now. Longo will be out the kick. He could fake it if he wants it. It's almost too late for PW to win this one. But you just can't let Sterling Barr Jr. have the ball. Already 4 touchdowns on the ground. Longo will kick it up, and that's not going to go very far. That is a very bad punt for PW's sakes. It's at the PW 39, it got too much air and not a lot of forwardness. It may have been an 8-yard, 10-yard, or 12-yard punt. But it's been that kind of year. You start to wonder if it's 2008 all over again. Because PW this season had 15 points in its first three, had 13 in its first three of that 0-11 campaign. That 0-11 season was only the second time in PW history the Colonials failed to post a win in a season. The only other time was the first season in PW history, more than 50 plus years ago, close to 60 years ago. And that pass is complete by Brett Brossman. Brett Brossman gets it to around the 20 there. I think there's a flag near the football. That may be against PW. Now the PW band getting awake. Well, you need something to start the rally if you're PW. Again, PW has not let it all on this one. In PW's 10-9 loss to Norristown on September 8th, the Colonials had a 3-0 lead entering the fourth quarter. Gave up 10 points to the Eagles, had just 6 in that quarter. Now Upper Moreland as a first and 10 at the 10-yard line as that penalty is against PW. Personal foul against the Colonials. So it's first and goal at the 10. And again, expect Sterling Barr to get the ball. But who knows, maybe Caleb Mead will get it. Not sure if Sherwin Barr Jr. has scored 5 touchdowns in a game before. By the way, Barr Jr., to our knowledge, has 6 touchdowns and counting. This is the 4th game this season. He is a senior. Boy, if Upper Moreland wants to make noise, even to go to District 1 5A playoffs, Barr's one of your guys. That's not going to be the Barr. That's the Caleb Mead, and Mead puts it to the end zone. Touchdown, Caleb Mead and Upper Moreland. But hold on. Wait a second. That one may come back. Holding against the Bears. No touchdown. Minus 6 points in that one. It will be 26-7. So they get nothing on that one. Touchdown is canceled. So it should be first and, what was it, first and 15? Upper Moreland at around the U25. It will be at around the 17-yard line in PW territory. It will take a spot foul. So first and goal from the 17. Or first and whatever. And that's going to be caught. To the end zone. Touchdown. Ronnie Pirelli. Pirelli goes to the sidelines and jumps for joy as it's now Upper Moreland 32. PW 7. And that was with 11:24 to go in the game. $17-yarder. And it's now 32-7. And that's a fake. And that's going to be a 2-point conversion for, looks like, Cole Kitchen. The Saints go marching in now with 34. It's 34-7. Upper Moreland after the successful 2-point conversion by, we believe, Cole Kitchen. And for the 4th consecutive game, Upper Moreland has scored at least 30 points. It is the first time that has happened since 2014 to our knowledge. Now Upper Moreland has scored 30 or more points in 3 straight road games. Wow, and now PW, I believe, has now allowed 121 points this season. in 4 games, 121 points, and PW has just 22, so you've allowed nearly 100 points more than you've scored, if my math is correct. And now this game has basically been put out of reach. It's about 4 possessions now. And that was Ronnie Pirelli who had the touchdown. It wasn't Sterling Barr. 17-yarder. Brendan Alexa has been just fundamentally sound as quarterback this season. He still has yet to throw a pick. Pennypacker. Wow, they're trying for the onside kick. Not sure why Allen Beach would do that when you're up by 27. And that puts PW in Upper Moreland territory. PW is now at the Upper Moreland 48 near the PW emblem at the midfield. So the next CITV Sports edition of PW Football is scheduled for October 27, 2017. It'll be homecoming against Quakertown. And the way PW is, there's a possibility PW could still be looking for its first win or something miraculous in this one. It'll be a pitch now to Bell. Bell at the Upper Moreland 40. A penalty flag thrown at around the Upper Moreland 44. Referees will go discuss and pick it up. I think it's Brian Mallory, uniform 17 in white and purple on the tackle. Face mask on the Golden Bears. PW's going to gain some yards on that mistake. Upper Moreland maybe getting a bit complacent with a 27-point lead. By the way, Upper Moreland has now scored 27 straight points. A 27-0 run dating back to the second quarter. It was 14-7 Bears at the half. McLaughlin fires and it is complete and caught to Mike Iannarelli. Iannarelli around the PW at the Upper Moreland 22. PW again looking to score double digits for the first time this season. It's a 2nd and 6 at 21-yard line for PW in Upper Moreland territory. Now going to the south goal, we believe. 10:40 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland 34, Plymouth Whitemarsh 7. Upper Moreland 8 points this quarter. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion. McLaughlin will scamper. He'll avoid contact. He can't throw now. He is close to a first down though. So he does his job by making something out of nothing. Carroll on the tackle. Ryan Carroll, we believe. And it looks like another player's down. Is that Brett Broderick again? It is number 55. It'll be the second time he has fallen to the ground, needed help. Maybe a bit dehydrated. When you're in the mid to high 70s on September 15th, 2017, you need to stay hydrated. Of course, there's another week of summer. And in case you're watching this the week of September 18th, you may have experienced a warm-up during the weekend or during this current week, wherever you are. CITV does not plan on doing any editions of CITV Sports the week of September 18th, but due to the Jewish holiday of Rosh Hashanah, CITV plans on broadcasting live the September 2017 Colonials School District School Board meeting. And it'd be great to hear what Dr. Michael Christian has to say in his first full month as Colonial School District Superintendent. He had taken over for the recently retired Dr. Mary Ellen Gorodetzer. Broderick gets a standing ovation, a round of applause that is, and now he's having a hard time getting back on his own. Second time he's injured today, and that may be it for him, because he seems to have a bit of a gimp. The chains have been measured, come out to measure, And we're still measuring to see whether or not Murray McLaughlin scampered for a first down. Or PW scampered for a first down. Here come the chains. 10 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in this Suburban One American contest. It's 34-7 visiting Golden Bears. That's going to be just short. Third and inches. PW could run a running play. PW wants to think about getting back at this one. Got to score quick and maybe get some onside kicks. Upper Moreland has a few onside kicks after touchdowns. At least 2. In the lead. Now 10-10 to go, regulation, 18 on this play clock. Now 10 minutes to go, regulation, 13 on the play clock. And there will be the first down. So Kirk Bell gets the yard that is needed. Clock stops with under 10 minutes to play. 34-7, Upper Moreland. Of a breakdown. Sterling Barr Jr. has 1 touchdown in each of the 4 quarters in this one. All of them at least double-digit yardage, including a 95-yarder with 9 seconds to go in the first half. Monty Pirelli had the last score for Upper Moreland with 11:24 to go this quarter. I believe Cole Kitchen converted a 2-point conversion, and there's a flag. Play stops and the flag is thrown around the Upper Moreland 9 toward PW's side. It's against Upper Moreland. PW's going to move ahead. Offsides. Upper Moreland's been giving PW many chances, but the Colonials need to capitalize. In the first half, PW's lone touchdown by Anarelli was capitalized on a play of similar magnitude. Gave PW first the goal, and Mike Anarelli on that next play got a 9-yard touchdown run. So 9:19 to go in regulation, 34-7 Upper Moreland. And here comes Kirk Bell. He had his eye in the end zone. Bell is short. It'll be 2nd and 1. Or 2nd and 2. Cole Kitchen on the tackle. Ball at the 5-yard line. So now 2nd and 1. Approximately. Now toward the bottom. Now we're at the bottom side of your screen. And now Bell, I think, had the ball again. And Upper Moreland comes up with the ball. And it is a fumble recovered by the Golden Bears. PW looked like it was going to get another score. And Upper Moreland decides to halt the party. And that's what you call a rally killer. Upper Moreland is up 34-7 at its own 6-yard line. Still not comfortable territory. Upper Moreland could be sacked into the end zone for a safety, or even fumbled into the end zone for a touchdown, and intercepted into the end zone for a touchdown. Upper Moreland standing into its own end zone. You see the Colonials logo. That is new. That has been inserted this summer of 2017. Again, I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. Not a fun night if you're a PW Colonial fan. Hard to believe the Colonials won a share of the Suburban One American title last season. And there he goes, Sterling Barr Jr. To the 50, to the 40, to the 35. He's taken out at around the PW 31. How many yards was that? That was almost 70 yards, and there's a player down at the Upper Moreland 10. I believe it's number 30, Billy McKenna. There's an Upper Moreland player who is helping McKenna put up one of his legs. It'll be official timeout. McKenna's having a hard time getting up. He is getting tended to by teammate Jake Villanueva. Villanueva goes out. And boy, Upper Moreland keeps getting hurt, but they're not getting hurt in terms of offense. Upper Moreland could run out of players, and they'll still score touchdowns, the Bears would. That's too many times this game in which a game had to stop. So PW will have another game the week of September 18th. I believe the following week on September 28th, or the Thursday, September 28th, because I think the 29th and 30th is for Yom Kippur. I think PW has a bye week. And boy, the way PW is playing, if I'm correct, I'm not certain, that's tentative schedule. PW may have a game. I'm sorry if I have the schedule incorrect. And PW will be glad to have time off if there isn't a game during the Jewish holiday weekend of Yom Kippur. Good news is Billy McKenna is up walking, but he has a hand on the shoulder. The Upper Moreland cheerleaders chanting, "Let's go Bears." Billy McKenna going up. 8:20 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland 34, former Whitemarsh 7. Each team with 3 timeouts, but Adam Beach doesn't have to be in a hurry. But boy, doesn't Sterling Barr Jr. want you to take a water break every time he has the ball? Because it seems like if you're an official, to keep running up and down, huffing and puffing. But Sterling Barr Jr., who's a senior, if he keeps it up, he could be ticketed to a Division I school. Though he is 5'9", 165, so size could be a concern. Here's Caleb Mead. Mead will go to the outside and is close to a first down. If not, he's done it. It's around the PW 20. First and 10. It was good enough. From the PW 21, so almost in the red zone. Josh Hahn with the tackle. With 8 minutes and 6 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland will most likely improve to 4-0. At 1-0 in the conference, PW will lose its 6th straight, barring any miraculous comeback. Down 27. It's a 27-0 scoring one, shall we mention, for Upper Moreland. This looks like it's going to be one of those years, folks. Last time PW had been held to single figures 5 games in a row was 2008. It was the first 5 games of the season. But this will be the 5th game in a row overall if PW doesn't score another touchdown or field goal. Meade gets a few more yards. But this has been Sterling Barr's barn. Home away from home, if you call it. And it's the 3rd year PW has hosted Upper Moreland in a row. Upper Moreland 1-1 in the last 2 years against PW. And PW hasn't gone to Willow Grove since 2014. Upper Moreland band tuning away. Playing away. 2nd and 6 from the PW 17 going left to right on your screens to the north end with 7:17 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland Golden Bears 34. From the Whitemarsh Colonials to host 7. Now Brendan Alexa will hand it off to Meade. Meade is taken down. We'll get a few more yards. Still around the 13 for PW. So maybe 3rd and a couple. Yeah, the PW band will be playing dancing in September because PW hasn't danced enough in September. In the month of September so far, PW has scored a total of 13 points, had 0 and a 30-0 loss at Abington September 1st. Lost 10-9 against Norristown on September 8th, and now on September 15th, down 34-7. PW's on defense. Now we'll hand it off to Meade. Meade will bowl over Colonials, and he'll get the first down with authority. So 6:24 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland up 34-7 with the ball. It will be 1st and goal from the 9. Sound familiar? PW's lone score was on a 1st and goal from the 9 in that territory. That was in the 2nd quarter. PW started the game down 7-0, then tied it up in the 2nd quarter at 7. entered halftime down 14-7 because of an end of the second quarter touchdown with 9 seconds to go in that half by Barr, and ever since it's been a incredible game for Barr and company and grueling for the Colonials. They'll be short of the end zone, so second and goal from the 1. Watch Alexa try his luck. Alexa has 3 touchdowns running on the season. By the way, in case you're wondering, Upper Moreland once won a game 62-14 at Springfield Monk on October 30th, 2015. In case you're wondering how many points the Bears could put up. Meade goes to the end zone, touchdown Upper Moreland. Caleb Meade with a 1-yard scamper. It's now 40-7. We'll see if the Bears will go for 2 or if Penny Packer will go kick it. In the last touchdown, Upper Moreland went for 2 and Cole Kitchen successfully converted it. So it's 40-7 Upper Moreland. Second time this season PW has allowed 40 points. But it's the second time at home as well. Lost 47-6 against Downtown East. Downtown East scored 60 in a 60-something to 40-something win over North Penn. And the kick is symmetrically good with 5:15 to go in the game. It's 41-7 Golden Bears, and there may be an excessive celebration penalty. It's around the 10-yard line. Maybe penalty against Upper Moreland be enforced in the kickoff. He'll be an unsportsmanlike. And if you can see on the Upper Moreland sideline, the cheerleaders in purple dancing, the Upper Moreland faithful up and down with their fists and hands and bodies. Again, I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. We thank you for tuning in to our third edition of CITV Sports on the 2017-18 school year. We'll hopefully bring lots more coverage this fall. Doesn't look like there'll be a PW football playoff game for the third season in a row, even though it's the 4th game of the season, but it's been a while since PW dropped the first conference game of the season. And PW's public address announcer, PW Pete, who's been at it for a long time, announces it's an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Golden Bears. And yes, PW Pete was here when PW had that 16-game losing streak 8 to 10 years ago. That started in 2007, the final game, and ended after the 4th game. It was the 5th game that it ended in 2009. That one's going to be still in there. Around the 30 goes Wilson. Wilson will rush ahead. He'll get tackled around the PW 45. PW has been getting great returns, but can't cash in with anything. Because PW this quarter, I believe it was this quarter, I know it was the half. It's been a long 4th quarter for PW. Had a red zone fumble that was recovered by Upper Moreland. It was around the 6-5, maybe 4-yard line of Upper Moreland territory. PW in red and dark pants, Upper Moreland in white. PW going right to left to the south end. 5:06 to go regulation. And we may have a timeout or a false start. Yeah, it's a timeout. Timeout Upper Moreland. 5:06 to go. In regulation, it's Upper Moreland 41, Plymouth Whitemarsh 7. Upper Moreland entered the quarter up 26 to 7. Have scored now 15. Had 6 plus 2, and then 6 plus 1. And yes, folks, Sterling Barr has 4 touchdowns in this game. Ronnie Pirelli and Kayla Mead also with touchdowns. PW's next football game will, I believe, be on Saturday, September 23rd. A rare Saturday game. Faking respects to Rosh Hashanah. Now be handed off to Wilson. Wilson will go to the outside, to the 35, to the 30, to the 20, to the 15. He will be taken out around the 14-yard line of Upper Moreland territory. About a 35-yard run for Dante Wilson, the senior running back and cornerback, 5'8", 150. PW's next home game is scheduled for Friday, October 6th at 7 p.m. PWP just announced that. First and 10 from the Upper Moreland 15. Larry McLaughlin hands it off, and that's a boom of a play. Helmet comes off of a player. Helmet comes off of Justin Johnson. If it was Johnson, he had the wind come off him in an instant. 2nd and 13 from the Upper Moreland 18 with 4.5 minutes to go in regulation. McLaughlin now telling what he wants to do. Hands it off. And we'll go to around the 15 by Wilson. Wilson will take it a couple yards. It'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 10 from around the 15. Player is down. It's a Colonial, so A.J. Clegg comes out, the PW athletic trainer. Now PW players will get their water breaks. Still a lot of chatter here at Colonial Stadium on the September 15th, 2017. So again, if you want to know how your team's doing in District 1, visit districtscores.com to find the records and rankings of every team in every sport. That's team only. You don't need to wait until the middle of the season for preliminary rankings. PW came into this game ranked 33rd in the District 1 6A football rankings. Top 16 make playoffs. Upper Moreland came into the week 3rd. And Upper Moreland could move up if it goes to 4-0. PW isn't as strong as in years past. It was, I believe, Dante Wilson. He is getting off. Will be worked on by A.J. Clegg. On the sideline. Over the years, been a very busy athletic trainer. Very busy lady. Working on student athletes of PW and the opposition. 4 minutes to go in regulation. 19 on the play clock. 41-7 Upper Moreland. Now McLaughlin will throw it behind the Iannarelli is going to the 12-yard line. So it's going to be a 3-yard gain approximately. And you hear in the background the Upper Moreland faithful, and it looks like the kicking unit's coming out. So Stephen Longo's going to try for free. PW trying to get double-digit points for the first time since losing, I believe it was 26-17 in the final regular season game last season at Quakertown, which is the reason why PW shared with Upper Dublin and did not win the title outright in Suburban 1 American. Finished 6-1 in the conference. Here's Longo, the kick is up, and the kick is going to be wide left. Boy, a lot of kicks aren't sailing in the correct direction. Upper Moreland gets the ball now on the missed field goal. So 3:19 to go in regulation. Upper Moreland 41. Plymouth Whitemarsh 7. I'm Scott Saladero Weiss. Long night, folks, for PW. PW's going to go to bed with a 0-4 record. Upper Moreland's going to rise and shine with a 4-0 record for the first time in a couple of seasons. By the way, when Upper Moreland had scored 30 plus in 4 straight games in 2014, it lost in the first round of the playoffs, 37-7 at Bishop Shanahan. Finished 4-3 in the conference, 8-4 overall. That's to our knowledge. Okay, so Alexa's back on the field. If not, maybe it's a backup quarterback. It's John Richter, if the roster is correct. David Garcia on the tackle. It will now be at around the Upper Moreland 23. Oh my goodness, 366 all-purpose yards for Sterling Barr Jr. You do not see a guy run for 200 yards often. How about 366 yards? Now he's getting a breather. So if the uniform number is correct, John Richter at the quarterback position. And now Sweet Caroline being played by the Upper Moreland band. 2:20 to go in quarter 4 in the game. 41-7 Upper Moreland. This could be the final possession. So Upper Moreland's going to improve to 4-0, 1-0 in Suburban 1 America. PW is going to drop to 0-4 overall, 0-1 Suburban 1 American. PW will drop to 0-4 for the first time since 2009. It will also be the 6th consecutive loss overall for PW. Richter with the ball, if it is him. And we're sorry if we have any roster confusion. Uniform numbers change often. So, sorry if we have any incorrect names, because there are a lot of players on the field and on the sidelines. Minute 33 to go in regulation. 41-7 Upper Moreland. 4th and 1 at the Upper Moreland 27. And you start to wonder, is there going to be a punt? Or is Upper Moreland going to try to run out the clock and celebrate with the ball? Now we'll hand off. It'll be a first down. Clock stops to move the chains. 41-7 Upper Moreland with 1:07 to go in regulation. The play clock will be at 25 and will start on the ref's whistle. So a tough game for Dan Chang and company. Got Wissahickon on September 23rd. Wissahickon, besides 1 year upsetting the top seed Downingtown East as a 16th seed in the District 1 4A playoffs, has not done well overall. .45 seconds to go, and I think Upper Moreland's just going to run out the clock. Oh, Adam Beach's squad's going to improve to 4-0 overall, 1-0 in the conference. Dan Chang's squad, for the first time in his tenure, is going to drop to 0-4 in the season. And the Colonials will be 0-1 in Suburban 1 American. So the season just gets tougher. At one point it was 7-7. It looked like it would stay that way into the half. Of PW, all it got was Mike Iannarelli's touchdown and an extra point by Longo with 2:43 to go in the second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your ball game. The final score. Now it's official. Upper Moreland Golden Bears 41. Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials 7. The Golden Bears entered the quarter up 26-7. Upper Moreland in the second half has outscored the Colonials 27-0. So Upper Moreland improves to 4-0 overall, 1-0 in the conference. PW drops to 0-1 overall, 0-1 in the conference, 0-4 overall. It's been a pleasure doing this game. That's another edition of CITV Sports. I'm Scott Samuel David Weiss. For more information regarding CITV programming, please visit us online, www.colonialsd.org/community/CITV. Everyone enjoy the rest of your summer and have a great beginning to the fall.